It's nice having you all here, and thank you, Adesua, for organizing this program. Okay, let's start immediately. I'd like you to ponder this question. How many of you have ever thought to yourself, what if I'm not good enough? Or how many of you have that idea in your mind that you've been procrastinating on, but you're waiting for the perfect moment to start? How many of you can even thought to yourself, what if I make mistakes? What if I fail? If this question sounds familiar, I want to let you know that you're not alone. We all had moments like that in our life when we the fear of most starting keeps us, standing still in one place and not moving on to the whatsoever project that we are actually interested in. So, I will be telling you a story of a little program that I started in my Poplin career kids. We started this program that's exactly responsible that teaches children what skills and the life skills that prepares them for the future of work. So when I was about to start that program, I had a lot of fears. I had fears on whether our potential clients would see our value proposition worthy enough to engage their children. I also had fears and doubts on whether it's going to be a success. I also had fears and doubts on whether we wouldn't be able to generate enough revenue to continue the business. But you know what? Regardless of my fears, I started. I looked at my fears going down. I was so glad it turned out to be positive because we met our target enrollment, and not just that. Even after the program, 2 months after the program, some parents reached out to us, telling us how their children experienced true transformation as a result of that program. I also had similar experience when I was going through my doctoral program, or when I was about to start my doctoral program. It's coincidentally, he fell at a time when I was about to get married, and we all know the way the world of women is when it comes to career, especially when you're married. Some of you might not understand, don't worry, you'll get there. So then I was asking with, I'm sure I should go and let to enroll for this program, because how do I intend to manage being a wife, being a mother, my work, and academics? It almost seems like it would be impossible. But I started again. I didn't let my fears weigh me down. I started, and I was so glad that when I started that program, I didn't just go through that program. I was able to inspire a lot of both young and old people who they were sitting in the class. And then we wonder, what is this young lady doing in this class? Because growing up, I was going to school with most people who were in their 60s, and then I was in my 20s. By the way, I started my PhD at 25. So I was very young. So I started, and people would walk up to me then and ask me lots of questions. It's how I did it. In fact, I carried 3 pregnancies during our program. People were always looking at me. One woman, I can remember that someone even walked up to me and said, this had me. So whatever I do, I'm really carrying the pregnancy and you're jogging through and work this program at the same time. He said, I wonder how you do it. And I said to myself that if you can do it, I can do it. Sometimes when we allow the fear of a failure to win over us, we also hindering the success of others. Because the truth is that we not only live for ourselves, we also need to inspire others to action. And at the end of that program, despite never priorities, I ended up graduating as the best student with distinction and an almost perfect GPA. The same thing almost happened when I published my book, Patent to Big Text. I was also scared. Oh, what if this book doesn't sell? How will people receive this book? Because it was kind of the first of its kind. Everybody talks about, careers for adults, but I just focused on very young people. So it was the first of its kind. But as I speak to you today, clients from countries like US, Canada, UK, and even Nigeria have reached out to us to, get that for their roads. And also various distributors have also accepted our. Currently, that book is sitting on one of the biggest bookshops in this city. And just imagine if I let that fear of starting win over me. So if you notice my story from all I've told you, you will see that from outside, people always look at us. Oh, they are starting, they are doing well. But nobody knows the fear that goes in with it, which is called the DBLMA. Right? I also want you to see that when I started, I wasn't even great. So you see, you don't need to be great to start. But if you want to be great, you have to start. So the hidden enemy thrives on fear and inaction. And anytime you stop yourself out of fear, you strengthen it. I want to describe this hidden enemy for you. Just imagine yourself, you're in the trap, you're in a trap, where people run, and you're about to start your race. And you're scared of running, not because there's any obstacle on the way, but because in your subconscious, you already told yourself that there's one waiting for you there, even when you haven't even run the race. So how do you know? But I have a good news for you. I'll be sharing with you a framework I developed that I believe would help you today if you apply it in every area of your life. Because I apply this in every area of my life, but in my career, my academics, my business, and that's worked for me. I call it Dr. Sophie's Start Framework. S stands for Signify the Ambition. Most times when this vision or these ideas come into our mind, they often look complex. You don't know where to start. So the first thing you should do is to simplify your vision, break them down into actionable steps, and write it down. I tell anyone who cares to listen that what you don't write, you forget. So you see, write your mission plain. Write your vision, make it plain, wrong minutes. It's not just a cliche, it works. So as you go back today, simplify your vision and write it down. And I also want you to know that complexity keeps us up, while simplicity moves us forward. So the next one is trust your curiosity. You see, curiosity is a compass that helps us discover what works. So you have to be ready to open yourself to learning. Instead of worrying about what could go wrong, why don't you start asking, what if this leads to something great? So I would rather say that you be an optimistic person than be a pessimistic person. It's going to help you very well in this journey. So ACE stands for accept failure as a fuel. Just like the name fuel, you know what fuel does. When you pour fuel in a fire that is already burning down, what does it do? It sparks. The fire, it ignites, it's already an ignition. But what does it do? It gives you that extra energy to function. And that's what you should do. When you fail, you have two options. You can either decide to see failure as a stumbling block, or you do what? You see it as what? As building blocks. Yes, you can actually see it as building blocks too. All right? Or as stepping stones. So I urge all of you today, when I either say that we fake it as the export, when you encounter failure, take those stones which are like lessons and use them to build a castle. If you don't fail, you're not gonna learn. And the next one is release perfectionism. I want you all to know that perfectionism is a trap. Confidence and competence, like we all want to have suddenly, is gained through practice. You can't suddenly be, so good at what you do. It's only when you practice that mastery comes in. So if you keep waiting on for that perfect moment, you're not going to grow. Okay? And the last is take action every day and remain consistent. So the thing that actually transforms your dream into reality is taking action. And one thing I love about taking action is that taking action helps you to build what I call quiet confidence. I'll give you a very good example. All of us know Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. Just imagine if Mark Zuckerberg was waiting for the perfect moment to start Facebook. We all know that what Facebook is today is not what it was even 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 9 years ago. If you've actually been on that platform as a bit tired. So just imagine if he was waiting for the perfect time before he takes action. We are not going to be experiencing the beautiful features Facebook has offered us today. I would like to encourage you today that you go, you start that business, start that career, apply for that job, go and learn that highly top skill that you've always been desiring to learn. Bring out your resources, your time, your energy, your money, and learn it. You know why? Your desired future will not just happen. You are responsible to make it happen. So you have to stand up and resist the hidden enemy because the world is waiting for you to shine. Thank you.